What is going on, guys? My name is Azim and you're watching The Lab, and in today's video we're going to be installing a M4 exhaust on a 2022 Hayabusa. So like I mentioned in my last video, my brother has been wanting to get this bike for a really long time. It's been a dream bike of his since the new generation came out, the third generation, and you know the stock exhaust sucks on this bike. It's so quiet, nothing like how a Hayabusa should sound. So we ordered an M4 exhaust, the slip-on exhaust. So we're going to be installing the slip-on version of the exhaust on the bike today. So let's go have a look at what's inside the box. Let's get a little look at the beautiful machine that this is. As you can see, since we've gotten the bike, it didn't come with the rear seat cowl. We put that on. We got a blacked out visor or windscreen, some of you may call it. But very, very beautiful bike. Anyone who knows what this bike is, if you know, you know. Then obviously you have my little toy as well, but today's focus is this guy right here. So let's get on and have a look what's inside the box. So as you can see, we couldn't wait this morning to unbox the exhaust as soon as it came in. But let's have a look and see what's inside the box. All right, so when you receive the packaging of the exhaust, you will get like an instruction manual, but it also does tell you exactly everything that's included in the packaging, and they actually took the time and ticked off everything, making sure that everything is in the box. So that's a nice initiative by M4. And then you will get these two exhaust hangers that will go right here. All right, so these are actually made out of real carbon fiber, just like the exhausts themselves. So, you're getting quality products. You're not, buying anything cheap, so you expect top of the line. And, carbon hangers are, they speak for themselves. So there's going to be two of those. There's one there, second one right here. And then you will obviously receive some hardware as well. Those will just be 2 bolts, some spacers, and some nuts that will go where the stock one went right here. Something very simple. You'll get 3 M4 decal stickers. And then I believe for the main part, obviously we have the 2. Let's take a look at these guys. Very beautiful carbon fiber finish. Really nice welds. Very good looking slip-on for the bike. It's going to get rid of this big bulky OEM exhaust, and it's going to go right here. And it should look pretty darn good. All right, so here's a closer look at the slip-on exhaust. As you can see, very beautiful finish. M4 performance right there. You can take a look at that. And that's just exactly where it's going to go onto the factory pipes. This is for the heat shield, I believe, if you want to keep that on there. Nice and free flowing. So let's get on to taking the OEM mufflers off. All right, so we will go over the instructions to take off the OEM muffler. This is just to install a slip-on exhaust. All right, so as you can see here, this is the main bracket that holds it up right here. So you got an Allen head right there, and then you got a bolt at the back of there. And then this is for the heat shield. So you got one, you got two, one right here. And then there's also one right here as well down there. Okay, so you got those 3. 1, 2, and 3 right here. And you got this 4th guy right here. And I believe that is all. And then obviously you have the clamp that holds the exhaust muffler to the pipe down there. You can see if I zoom in. Right there, you're gonna have to undo that right there, but we'll get to that after we take the heat shields off. So the first step, we're gonna be doing the exact same thing on both sides of the bike. As you can see, it's identical on this side as well. You got the heat shield, you got the main, hanger right there, and then the 3 little bolts to take the heat shield off. So the first step will be taking the heat shield off the bike. So before we start taking everything apart, let's have a listen to how the stock exhaust sounds on this bike. Again, it's very quiet. It's not loud at all. So let's have a listen. should sound. So let's change that out, put these M4s on, and then we'll have another listen to how it sounds after. All right, so I believe we only need 2 tools to install, basically only 1 tool really to install this slip-on exhaust. One is obviously a ratchet, and then you'll need a 5mm hex head, and then you'll need a 6mm hex head as well. So first step is to take off the heat shield. You will be using the smaller one, which is the 5mm hex head, and then that'll go right here, and just undo 1, 2, and 3 down there. All right, so we can begin with our removal process of the heat shield. So again, you will use your smaller, I believe it's the 5mm. So just loosen these guys up, take the heat shield off. That's one there. I have taken this off before, so I believe I'm missing 1 here. So you will have 3 to do if you've never taken it off before. So just get that one done. And then there's also one down here as well. All right, that's 2. There you go. So you might have 3 to do, but I've taken it out before. I don't have one here. So heat shield's off on this side. Again, same process on the other side. All right, so now we're on the left side of the bike. Like I said, same exact procedure, taking off the heat shield first. Now again, I've taken them off before, so it's a little easier for me, again. And there's one down here as well. There you go. Heat shield off, and then again, like I mentioned, there is a clamp that holds the muffler onto this pipe right here. So you're gonna use your 6mm hex head and put it in here, and again undo that. So let's do that. There we go. And just undo that. Just loosen up to where you see it's loose. It's not putting any tension on the actual muffler itself where the connection is for the pipe. And then again, last thing that's left is to undo this guy up here. So again, you're going to use your 6mm hex head, and then going to use a 1/2 inch, or I believe it's a 12mm on the other side where there's a nut, and to undo that. All right, so I'm going to get my wrench on the back side of this, just so the nut does not spin with me, and I will start to undo this. And then just take the nut off. This bolt will slide right off. Again, there you go. And now there's nothing holding the muffler up. And I believe you can just twist. There you go. I thought I'd give you guys a better angle. Again, there's nothing holding the muffler up. We've taken the heat shield off. We've taken the clamp. We've undone this holder here. So just twist and pull while we're doing it. And there you go. The old big bulky muffler is off. And we're ready to put the M4 slip-ons on. Again, do the same procedure on both sides and to take these guys up. And they're actually pretty heavy. They weigh, I want to say, maybe around 20 pounds each. So you'll be losing some weight on your bike as well. This is a little comparison in size. Obviously OEM and M4. This weighs about maybe 20 pounds. This maybe 7 or 8. So again, carbon fiber, very light. And we're good to install the M4 slip-on now. All right, so you will have this gasket. I believe they said to take this off. You do not need to reuse this with the M4 exhaust. Just give it a little wipe down. All right, there we go. Just have to play around with it a little bit. All right, so before you go ahead and tighten this guy right here, you want to make sure you don't want to tighten anything, finalize everything until everything's done. So position it how you think it should be pretty straight. And then again, remember we have these hangers right here. So this will slip onto the exhaust like so. The exhaust will come with a diagram because the left side and the right side are different. So you can see in the left side, you use the longer spacer. In the right side, you use the shorter spacer because there are 2 different sizes. So the right side will be using the smaller one right here. All right, so you're gonna wanna line up the spacer. You're gonna wanna line up the hanger right here to where you can feed it through. All right. And then it is a little tricky because again, you're not working with plastics, rubber, it's carbon fiber. There we go. All right, so once you have that lined up, push the bolt through and lock it in with the nut on the opposite side. All right, just so you can kind of keep that in place there. All right, there we go. Nice and neat on that side. We won't tighten everything yet, just a few, so we have to make adjustments with the other side. So we can head on over to the left side of the bike and make our adjustments there. All right, so as you can see, the gasket is still on from the old exhaust. You'll want to take that off. We don't need to reuse this. And then here's the new slip-on. Again, you'll have to kind of undo this clamp first to make it, because it is tightened from factory. So you have to undo this, not undo it, loosen it and slip it on and then put the hanger on. All right, so once your clamp is loosened up, again, you're gonna have to kind of push and spin on at the same time. There you go. All right, it's in all the way. It's nice and easy when the clamp is loose. You're gonna go ahead, get your carbon exhaust hanger on, slip it onto the bike, try not to scratch it. Again, it is carbon. You want to again position it to where you think it should be, and then you'll be feeding the bolt through this hole into there and putting the nut on the back side. All right, as you can see, it is kind of put together. We haven't tightened anything up officially yet. The clamp is on, the nut is on the other side. This is how it should look. On the left side, you have the longer spacer. Right side, you will have the shorter one there. All right, looks much, much better. You're gonna go ahead. I'll see how these OEM heat shields look, because like this looks pretty ugly, I can't lie. You might have to, I've seen some people use them, but trim them right here. So you have the OEM heat shield here, and then from here you have the M4 slip-on. Let's go ahead and tighten this clamp down now. So the slip-on is secure. We'll go up here, and where the hanger is, we'll tighten this up as well. There we go, clamp is on nice and tight. We've tightened this down. Again, just give it a little wiggle, make sure it's not going anywhere. That's pretty good and secure on there. And again, same procedure on the other side as well. All right, so we're on the other side of the bike. You're gonna use your bigger, you're gonna use your 6mm hex head on one side. You're gonna get your wrench on the other side and tighten that up. All right, that's nice and tight. Let's go down to the clamp. All right, so when you're doing your clamp down there, again, change out, put in your 5mm hex head, and make sure it's not up here. Make sure that you want it down there, and you don't want this to be up here. You want it to be kind of hidden down there like that. And hold it in place. All right, we good there. Again, it's on, looks so nice. You can give a nice wiggle, make sure it's not going anywhere. Everything's nice and secure. Honestly, it's just this up here and this down here. The rest is for the heat shields. All right, guys, the M4 slip-ons have been installed. Again, I've left the heat shields off for now. We'll figure out what we want to do with them after. Again, moment of truth. Let's go on and listen to how it sounds.
night and day difference.
Alright guys, thank you so much for watching the install video of the M4 exhaust for the 2022 Hayabusa. Again, night and day difference. I'm sure camera does not do any justice. But again, thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe for the video, and I'll see you in the next one.